All right, what is going on, beautiful people? We are back with the Best Bets Roundtable. Of course, special time Friday night. The suits were trying to get us to cancel it because they had the early start time tomorrow. But I talked to the fellas, I talked to the Knights of the Roundtable, and everybody's like, nah, we got to run that back 7 p.m. Because last week, remember, we did the special edition 7 p.m. show, and we had a 4-leg parlay, get to the last leg, and Brian Ortega snaps his elbow or snaps his shoulder. So pretty unfortunate there. I thought we were going to cash that. That would have been nice, but we're not living in the past. We got a lot of big guests this weekend, so I'm excited to talk to UFC London card with these guys, see what they're betting tonight, and then as always, we'll craft together a parlay at the end. So without further ado, we're going to go to our leadoff hitter. As always, he was big on Dustin Jacoby last week. What's going on, Andrew?
What's up, bro? How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Trying to keep the vibes high, trying to keep the good times rolling. I know I'm pretty sure you had a big week last week. It seemed like a lot of people in the community did. So I'm trying to keep that vibe moving forward. So what you got for us, bro?
I love it. Let's keep the winning streak going. I got Makwan Amir Khani. I believe he's about plus 165 right now. I think this line's way too wide. Jonathan Pierce primarily grapples in his fights. Amir Khani, primarily a grappler. Pierce sticks his neck out when he shoots up against the fence. We all know Amir Khani likes that front choke series. He is an anaconda that's really nice. I just think in what's primarily going to be a grappling fight that Amir Khani shouldn't be this big of an underdog here. Pierce probably has a cardio advantage, but I think he's going to have to walk through some fire to get to that point in the fight. So I'm going with Amir Khani for this week's best bet.
Awesome. And you said 175, was it? Or what is
it? Is I believe it is something in that range.
I know you're always beating the yeah, shout out to you, man. I'm gonna just give you a quick shout out. I think you and Jonah, no bullshit, like are the two best at beating the market in terms of betting MMA fights. So shout out to you, dude. I always see you with a lot of CLV.
Me one, Jonah too.
What's that?
I said me one, Jonah too.
There you go. Yeah, we'll needle Jonah since he's not here tonight. But yeah, I'm just gonna look it up real quick, just so we have. What's that?
Plus 190. I got plus 196 on it, so I probably got some CLV here too. I think it's like plus 170 right now. If I
yeah, I was gonna say I think plus 175. Actually, dude, it came way down. So it's like plus 160, plus 150, a lot of places. Best number available is 170 at Bet365. As always, we're going to use FanDuel, though, so I'm going to put it down as plus 160 for Makwan Amirkhani.
I still like it there, honestly. I really do. I think this should be much closer to a pick. I mean, I think Amir Khani could potentially look like the favorite. I think there's a better shot Amir Khani looks like a big favorite than JSP looks like a big favorite. Maybe that's a hot take, but we'll see.
All right, you heard it here first. As always, appreciate you, Andrew. Best of luck tomorrow, bro.
Likewise, bro. Good luck, and I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks. Later, man. All right, moving right along. We got my guy, Zade. I believe, was it your first L last week?
Second L. I actually had back-to-back L's. I think.
Yeah.
Back-to-back L's. I couldn't remember what my one before that was, but Jack Shore was just, you called it. I'll give you props. You called it. It was a great bet, and I'll eat my loss on the chin. It's all good.
Yeah. I mean, we got to do something to flip the vibes and get you back on the hot streak. You're one of the hottest people on the roundtable. So hopefully we can get back there. What you got for us tomorrow, man?
I got a big bet here. We talked about it earlier today, me and you. Jack Hermanson over Chris Curtis tonight, or tomorrow, I should say. Right now, he's at like minus 106. I think he was at minus 120 earlier in the week. You can get him minus 106 on FanDuel right now. I think Chris Curtis, the fun run he had is going to come to an end, to be honest with you. Hermanson, I think, should be able to get takedowns, and if he does, he will look like a heavy favorite here. Jack Hermanson is a guy that can go the distance. He's fought a lot of tough competition. I think he lost a split decision to Sean Strickland most recently. He's had a lot of tough fights, but I think Chris Curtis is a guy that's a little bit lower level, and you're going to see the level of the ground game with Jack Hermanson here tomorrow night. I think he should be around minus 150 to minus 160 range, and I like him a lot at minus 106. You get him right now. So Chris Curtis, I mean, we saw like he had a couple nice wins. Brendan Allen, he had a nice win against Vieira. Vieira couldn't take him down. I think Hermanson will be able to take him down, and when he does, he's gonna pounce. So, and fun little prop I want to throw out. He's plus 550 to win by submission. If he gets him to the ground, I honestly think he should have a pretty easy job subbing him. He could take him down, take his back maybe, and get a rear naked choke finish. At plus 550 right now, that's a good bet for sub.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the sub because that's actually what I was eyeing because I don't have a play on it either way. I know a lot of people are heavy on the Hermanson side, people I respect, including you. For me, it just basically comes down to if he can get the takedown or not. The thing is like I'm not as convinced as everybody else that he can get the takedowns, just because I don't think his wrestling is all that great. But I mean, we'll find out. You know, like you said, Curtis has been on one hell of a run, but the submission at plus 550, like I think if Hermanson is able to get it to the ground, he's going to look like a pretty big favorite. And like you said, I think he could for sure find that submission. So plus 550, that's my preferred way to play the fight. But I certainly don't hate the money line now, especially that, I mean, it's about a pick 'em basically everywhere you shop. But yeah, I mean, I have a feeling that might be a popular one. So even though I'm not as confident on Hermanson, that may end up being in the parlay by the end of tonight.
Yeah,
So we'll
and
see.
look at Curtis's tweets. Like, I feel like Curtis is tweeting like excuses about how he's gonna lose the fight. I was looking at his Twitter earlier.
Yep.
He made like a couple questionable tweets. I'm like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Talking about how he took it on short notice and like he's already having built-in excuses. I think this is gonna be a big loss for him, and it should be at least minus 150, minus 160. But I'm taking that sub at plus 550. So.
Yeah, I will say I don't like seeing that. Like obviously you don't read too much into some of the stuff fighters say and stuff like that. But like I saw the one where he was like, guys, this is a big opportunity for me, but I'm not afraid to lose or something like that. Like it just seemed like, all right, like you're basically saying you're gonna lose here and already like building in your excuse. I didn't like that. But I mean, I don't have a bet on Curtis either. I did pick him to win for what it's worth, but in terms of like DraftKings, I'm basically just gonna hedge it. I just think it's kind of a coin flip and comes down to the takedowns. But I got you down for Hermanson money line at minus 106 and the long shot prop at the submission at plus 550.
Perfect. Thank you, John.
As always, best of luck, Zade, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, bro.
Later, man. All right, moving right along. Wait a second. We need a big time intro. The hottest guy on the stream right now. 9 wins in a row. His record is 9-2. I mean, I am just like blown away at how hot this guy has been. Is that enough love for you tonight, Lou?
Can we talk about your arms, dude? Forget about me. Can we talk about the sleeveless shirt you're wearing? Look at you.
Dude,
Also,
it's way too hot here. That's why I don't have my lights on. Like my overhead lights, they make it way hotter, and it's so hot today. I'm just not doing.
Look, I don't want to wait. I don't want to waste my time giving a pick, but like, look at your swollenness, bro. Like, now look,
I'm washed, man.
And I'm just gonna let you know that one of these days, when you get to in the 40s, like me, you could be carved from Mount Olympus like this fucking Adonis. But let's not waste any time, and let me give you the pick. So 9 in a row, but more importantly, by the way, I just finished my show 30 seconds ago.
Love the dedication.
That's dedication to John Kelly.
Love it.
So I'm 9 in a row, and it's 9-time props. So let's go for 10 in a row, right?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man.
Jai Herbert, Kyle Nelson, fight doesn't start round 3, minus 160. It's a little juicier than I like to. And you know I hate bets that are like minus 160, man. Like, you know, I'm like, some of these bets are plus odds that I give you. Like, most of them are. Like, I don't like these kind of things, but like, how the F does this fight go to the 3rd round? Like, Kyle Nelson, the short version. Say we want to bet Herbert's chin. Everybody knows. Anybody watching the show knows the issues to Herbert's chin. He looked good against Topuria. The guy has a skill set. His chin is suspect. Kyle Nelson was just on his honeymoon. He's moving up in weight. I don't know what his camp was like, but this is, if there's not a setup fight for Jai Herbert, I don't know what there is. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I basically see it the same way. I think it's a high variance fight.
It's a joke. It's a joke, really. Like,
I favor Herbert, but I also understand his chin, like you alluded to. So it's like, I do think somebody's probably getting knocked out here. More than likely, I think it's Kyle Nelson, but I don't hate the fight doesn't start round 3, like you said, minus 160. And like I said, he's hit 9 in a row, so you might want to tail this man.
What would Gambas give out? It's my guy.
He gave up Makwan Amirkhani money line at plus 160.
You know what Gambas had last week?
Dustin Jacoby.
Dustin, see this? Factory X, unstoppable. Since they've interviewed with me and Weezy on the MMA Manager.
That is true. Shout out to you guys.
Gambas and I knew it was Jacoby season, was Leach season, but if this is how I lose the streak, I deserve to lose every goddamn penny I had bet on this. Like, it's terrible.
I have a feeling this won't be the one. So
I got a fun one for next week already, like when it comes up. But I'm not going to say it now. Like,
Yeah.
but I got a fun one for next. Oh, I'm waiting for a prop for that. But and I got no. Can I just give you like the crazy prop?
Yeah. Long shot.
And Marley, this is Kyle Marley and I like a 50-50 credit.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
like,
I know what this is then.
Mason Jones round 3 submission.
Mason Jones round 3 sub. What is it, like 45 or something stupid?
It's plus 4,000 on a lot of books, but like, look, don't overthink this. And I hate MMA math, but like, Landwehr subbed him in the third. Mason Jones is like same kind of fighter and just better. I mean, is it worth like 5 shekels? Yeah, man. Like, he's like, I want to knock him out. Like, but a fighter's never lied. So like, but like if the sub's there, why not take it, man? So I like it for 40 to 1. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. Klein definitely tends to fade, but I got you down as your best bet. Herbert Nelson. Fight doesn't start round 3, minus 160. Best of luck trying to make it 10 in a row. So good vibes. I believe that should be like an auto. Like everybody has to tail you to get to that 10-0. So if you're in the chat, tail that bet. We'll all celebrate tomorrow.
Nib high football rules. Some of your older listeners that have watched Billy Madison will completely understand what that means.
I have seen that many times. It's just been a minute for me.
Later, my brother. Good luck.
Later, bro. Best of luck, man. See ya. All right, moving right along. It's my guy, Pepe. He's chilling outside, soaking in the nature, touching some grass. What's up, man?
What up, John Kelly? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Trying to keep the vibes high. Trying to keep I believe it's a couple weeks in a row now where we've been pretty hot. So trying to keep the spirits up and keep the momentum moving forward.
Well, I hope you gave the listeners my play that I submitted last week to you in the DMs. I said I like the Leech. Add it to everything. Leech is a lock. He came through in a big way.
I actually didn't. I didn't mention it on the show, but that is true. You did, man. You did message me and you said, "Hey, I can't make it, but it's the Leech. It's all the Leech." Yeah. So that is 100% fact.
Very thoughtful of you to not get my play out.
I gave it out, but I claimed it as my own. I was like, "Yeah, I'm betting on the Leech."
Yo, well, when the boys win, we all win, right?
Absolutely.
It's a team win right there. So this week, I am going to give out Curtis Blades as my best bet.
Yes.
Like you guys all watched the Cage Warriors card today. Take a look at UK grappling. It's awful, man. Like, I get Aspinall is like the hot prospect right now. And he's looked so good, and he's finished all his opponents, and the algorithms love him. But give me the American wrestler. Give me the guy who has put in 25 minutes against the higher strength of competition. Give me the guy who is a proven commodity against the Euro hot prospect who hasn't fought past 7.5 minutes. And ever. So I think it's a fucking great line to get Curtis Blades at plus 120 right now. I don't know what he is on FanDuel, but
116 on FanDuel.
Yeah, that's a fantastic number. I'm willing to die on the Curtis Blades ship this weekend in the O2. I'm not afraid of going against Aspinall in the O2. I think Blades is a top 3 heavyweight, and Aspinall hasn't shown enough to prove to me that he's worthy of being a favorite over a proven commodity like Curtis, who we know can wrestle, we know can go 25, we know he can hold his own in the stand-up, we know he's durable. Yeah, give me that all day. I think that's the best bet. And I do like the Americani sub 1 for, I know Gambas was on that earlier. I like Makwan sub 1, but my official play for this podcast, giving the plus money as per usual, Pepe has to give the plus money. Curtis Blades all day in America.
I mean, I love to hear it. I couldn't have broken it down better myself. Plus money Pepe, giving out the winners to the people. If you guys want to hear my thoughts on that matchup, I broke it down on my YouTube channel at John Kelly DFS after this show. Go ahead and watch that. Give it a like. Throw me a subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. But I basically said the same thing as you. And I'm high on Tom Aspinall. I think he's a stud. The thing is like, yes, he can win in round one. Yes, he can knock out Curtis Blades. Outside of that happening, there's no possible way you make him a favorite if this fight gets extended. You just can't do it. Like against a chain wrestler who has cardio training at elevation to go 25 minutes if he needs to. Like, I mean, it's just like there's so many things to why Curtis Blades should be the favorite here. Now, the only thing is like you have to respect the finishing ability of Tom Aspinall. So, and I'm okay with betting Blades at this number. I'm even okay if he dies in round one or round two. Like I fully acknowledge that probably happens like 35% of the time, in my opinion. But outside of that, like he just starts to become a pretty big favorite here. And Aspinall, I think, doesn't have great cardio. I think if he can stuff the takedowns early, but doesn't get finished, those takedowns are going to come a lot easier later in the fight. And we know Blades is going to be able to ragdoll him into the later rounds. So, I mean, I'm with you, man. I'm going to be betting Blades. I'm still waiting because I think we see a lot of the UK money come in leading up until the card tomorrow. So I'm still waiting. I haven't bet him yet, but it's probably going to be a multiple unit play for me as well. So I'm glad you're on the Blades train with me.
Yeah, I mean, I threw a couple units when FanDuel dropped the line at -108, and luckily they give you the ability to cash out, and I was able to cash out and then hit. I think it was like +102. I was like, I can't believe my eyes. Like I'm getting plus money on Curtis Blades against Tom Aspinall. Like, are you kidding me? And now it's +130. It's laughable. Straight laughable. Like,
I'm right there. Oh, go ahead.
I don't think he's getting dusted in round one. Like,
I mean, it could certainly happen, but the thing is like if it doesn't, then I think you have to pretty significantly favor Curtis Blades as the fight goes on. But I don't want to spend I don't want to spend too much time on it. I'm sorry, just because I'm running past time as always, so I don't want to keep the rest of our queue waiting. But I got you down for Curtis Blades money line +116 and the long shot prop on Amirkhani by submission in round one. Later, bro. Buddy. Best of luck. Later. All right, moving right along. We got my guy Narco Cop. He has also been one of the hottest dudes around the industry. Absolutely on fire on the poker table, on the MMA betting cards, every organization. What's up, man?
What's up, brother? Thanks for having me. Yeah, man. It's been a pretty good run here.
Absolutely. I hope it continues. And I think I actually didn't have time to do the totals, but I think you've come on once or twice, and I think you gave out a winner.
Once,
yeah. So I think you're 1-0. So trying to keep the undefeated streak going. But what you got tomorrow, man?
Let's do it. So first off, shout out to my boy Pepe, looking slick over there in his backyard or wherever he's hanging out, getting some sun, drinking. But yeah, as far as best bet here, I really like Mason Jones, man. I love Mason Jones in this spot. I love Mason Jones inside the distance here at +100. That submission line round 3, I've been talking about it all week. I got +4,500. It's been hit a lot.
Crazy.
It's down to +3,500. But Jones proactively grapples. Jones is going to be the bigger guy in the ring. Jones is going to grapple. He's going to wrestle here. He's going to get Ludovic Klein down. And these guys are polar opposites when it comes to cardio and what happens in the third round. Like Klein fades and Jones keeps coming. So, I mean, it's kind of like a match made in heaven for us to play this like submission prop round 3. It might be KO round 3. Like I don't know, but +4,500 is asinine to get on submission for Mason Jones here round 3. So that's a spot that I've hit. And the inside the distance, man. I got +110. It's +100 now on DraftKings. He's just going to physically break Klein. And Klein, when you watch his tape, he absolutely hates pressure. And he needs distance. He needs that kicking distance. And Mason Jones is not going to give it to him. It's just the way he fights. And people say, well, he didn't sub Onama, but Onama was so damn explosive. He's young, explosive, stuff that Klein doesn't have. And I really truly believe this is a good spot for Mason Jones, and they're kind of like feeding Klein to the lion here.
Yeah, I mean, the only concern is Jones coming in on short notice, but I'm with you. I mean, I think stylistically speaking, like I thought Klein was a live dog against Bahamondes. I don't think he's as live against Mason Jones. So I certainly don't hate the inside the distance prop. And we have a comment in the chat saying, I need that shirt. So you got some love for your shirt. And I wanted to highlight that comment because as we ran the analytics on my YouTube earlier today, my demographics is 99.9% male. So I'm trying to highlight any female fans we have out there. So Jenna Doyle, shout out to you. Thank you for joining us. You are part of that illustrious 0.1% of my YouTube viewers. So awesome. I greatly appreciate it. I got you down, Narco. Jones inside the distance and the long shot prop on Jones round 3 submission. Best of luck, bro. And are you doing the Lambo show later today?
Lambo show today at 9 p.m. with Lucrative MMA and my co-host Timothy Troiano. And we also destroyed the Cage Warriors card yet again.
I mean, no surprise there whatsoever. But yeah, check that out. When he says 9 p.m., those of us know the rest of the world operates on East Coast Standard Time. So that's actually 10 p.m. So I want to make that clear because I wanted to plug your YouTube. So check it out at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the Lambo show. Him, my buddy Tim, and Lucrative, who's another sharp guy in the industry. So thanks a lot, Narco. Best of luck tomorrow, and we'll see you next time, man.
All right, brother. Good luck.
Thanks. Later. All right, moving right along. I'm sorry, guys. I'm dragging my feet today. So got a few people waiting. I'm going to try to speed it up. So looks like Evan. Oh, he changed his name. 50 unit max bet. What is up? You know, I will say the people were ruthless on you last week with the Wi-Fi. So he was in the trenches, fixing the wires. He got his Wi-Fi fixed. But what's up, man? How you doing?
Is it better? Am I coming through clear?
Oh yeah, it's coming through clear on my end. I mean, we'll see if the
good.
people in the comments feel differently.
Yeah, they'll let us know.
Yeah, right when I said that, you froze.
No, we're good. All right.
Okay, you're back. All
right, man. So I'm going Patty the Baddie, Jordan Levitt goes the distance. Not a lot of people talking about this line. It's currently plus 210 on FanDuel. I'm tired of losing on chalk, so I figure I'll lose on a big plus number this week. Here, my logic is basically Patty. I think most of the finish equity in this fight is in the first round. Patty hasn't been out of the first round since 2018, where he lost a pretty clear decision to Soren Bach. I think both these guys are going to slow down, and I don't think Jordan Levitt's going to like brawl in round 1. Like that's not his style. So I think he's going to want to grapple early. And if the grappling's not really working for him, he's not going to sit in the pocket. He likes to move around and throw his little kicks. And I'm not sold on Patty as this like round 1 finisher. You know what I mean? Like Kazula Vargas, whatever, Luigi Vendramini, that turned into a brawl. I think this fight gets extended, and I think it's going to turn into like a noodly, slow-paced grapple fest, kind of like Jordan Levitt versus Claudio Puelles, where Levitt lost the decision there, but I could see something similar happening here. I like the fight to get extended, and I think most of the finish equity here is in the first round. I don't think either guy is going to really dominate the other in the submission grappling realm, and I'm just not sold on Patty as like a one-hitter quitter, like this big power guy. So I like goes the distance at plus 210. I have a unit on it, 1 unit, an actual real unit. So that's where I'm going this week.
Yeah, so the only thing I'll say is I don't know if I trust Jordan Levitt. I do agree, like you had a really good point that most of the finishing upside is in round 1. Like I think if Patty doesn't get the finish in round 1, then it probably does hit the over and probably goes all the way. But the problem is I don't think Jordan Levitt wants to be in there brawling, like you said. Like I think if Patty swarms him, and we've seen Levitt at times just like shell up and kind of let guys go at it. If he does that for Patty, Patty's going to unload on this dude and try to take his head off. And Jordan Levitt is smart enough to know to preserve his long-term health. He's not going to take too many shots to the head without looking for a way out. But I don't know, man. I kind of like, I think the number is sharp, but I also think it loses, if that makes sense. Because I do think Patty knocks him out.
Yeah, I think it's a wide number. I think if Levitt can survive that early onslaught, I think this thing hits the card. So plus 210, I'll take a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I believe you've had rocky last couple of weeks too, right?
Yeah,
Sorry
I'm
to
8
put you
and
on
3.
blast. I'm just
No,
trying to
sorry.
think because I know you're one of the top 3. Like you, Lou, and Zade are top 3 in terms of record right now on stream. So hoping to get a couple more wins there. Maybe you can take the lead above Lou and Zade, who are getting a little bit too cocky, I will say. So
Yeah.
best of luck, Evan. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time, man.
All right, man. Good luck.
All right, later, bro. All right, moving right along. It's my guy, Giga Chad. What is up, bro?
What's up? What's up? How's it going? Cheers.
Not too bad. Sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, he's got the Bud Light Seltz. Okay.
We're taking it easy, right? We got a day card. Last Friday, I went a little too hard, and I was hurting watching the UFC. So, yeah, I've been waffling on what to give you because I don't want to give chalk. I got murdered last time around with the goes the distance in the JJ versus Zhang, so that hurt. I had to come with some plus money because you were talking shit.
Love it.
And the lines have been changing, so I guess I got to go with Curtis Blades plus 125.
Yes.
Ridiculous line. I get the Aspinall love. He's, young, fun new toy. And, I mean, his skills are good, but we've seen him look sort of tired against Arlovsky, right, in the second round. He's never been extended in a fight. Curtis Blades arguably has the best skills overall at heavyweight. I mean, his striking is good. His wrestling is the best in the division. And this is a big step up for Tom. So if Blades gets out of the first round, or doesn't get hurt in the first round, I think he takes it to him. So I like that. And if you're feeling spicy, you can even do a double chance Curtis Blades plus 175 by a KO or decision. So I don't hate that either. I know people are playing the sub lines, but I don't really think the guy that's never gone for a sub ever is going to get a sub. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling. And hopefully I get some underdog juice to win here. I need to up my record here.
Yeah, absolutely. Pepe in the chat. He noticed the traps, bro. I mean, you gotta give the kid some love. But the only thing I'll say is because I did spend a lot of time on that matchup with Pepe. I'm totally with you. I agree with everything that you said. I would prefer to play the KO or inside the distance, like you mentioned, just because Curtis Blades, like I think people think of him more of like a lay and pray guy just because he ragdolled like Volkov and wasn't like when he's focusing on position, he's not going to look for the kill. He's not going to look for a submission because he never does, but he's not going to look for the KO either. When he's trying to get you out of there, like the dude has some vicious elbows on top. Like I think if he tries to get Aspinall out of there, especially if we see Aspinall starting to slow down, then I do think he probably finds a finish in the middle or later rounds. We just need him not to get killed in round 1, in my opinion. So that's going to be a sweat. But I'm sure we'll probably be in the spaces together, sweating it out together. So appreciate you, bro.
Afterwards.
What's that?
Thanks, man. We're crying after it.
Yeah,
happens.
probably both, but that's okay. But appreciate you, bro. Best of luck, and we'll see you next time, man.
Cheers.
All right, moving right along. We got my guy. It's the Couch Warrior, the Viking, the Couch Warrior. What's up, man?
What's good, John? How are you, brother?
Doing well. Trying to keep the vibes up. Give a few
sir.
winners out tonight. What you got for us, man?
All right, so I was actually super hyped when Evan went on because I thought I was going to be the only one even thinking about this. The Patty Levitt fight. I'm playing over 1.5 there. You can get it at minus 130 now on DraftKings. I got minus 140. I echo a lot of the things Evan said, except I feel like this is even safer, right? Just 1.5 rounds. I don't think that Patty's going to get that first round KO. I think Levitt's too smart to give Patty the fight he wants. I know we're all thinking about the stuff Patty's saying, that he hates this guy. He wants to finish him. He's not going to grapple with him. But, fantasies aren't real. And at the end of the day, this is real life. And, he's only going to get that fight if Levitt gives it to him. And I don't think he will. And I think that neither of these guys is going to sub each other. So I do think the fight goes. But my best bet is going to be the over 1.5, minus 130.
Yeah, so you guys are really going to make me – I'm heavy on Patty. I'm probably going to parlay Patty. And now you guys are going to make me put the over in the Roundtable parlay just so I have to have this disgusting sweaty sweat with you guys, which I don't want to do. But you are the second person to mention some form of an over in that fight. So I will put that out there. But I'm personally not going to play it myself. But like I said, it might end up being in the parlay here because as of now, that's other than blades, that's the only other thing that's been mentioned multiple times, I think.
I thought
So
I was gonna be on the island there.
yeah, apparently it's a pretty popular one out there. And I think Paul Shaughnessy, shout out to him with Dogger Pass. I think he's on the Levitt side or maybe an over as well. But best of luck to you, bro. And
too, brother.
we'll see you next time, man.
Peace out.
Later. All right, moving right along. It's my guy, Josh. He's chirping me in the comments. I told you I wasn't going to talk about Patty, but I had to do it. What's up, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing well. I did forget to send our next guest the link, so that was my bad. But other than that, I'm doing well. What's up?
So Ortega lost me a ton of money last week, which sucks. That was my biggest bet I've ever made was on Ortega. So It was a rough rest of the weekend, especially because the card was so early. So I appreciate the underdog cardio shirt. We could have been brothers and worn the same thing. So
that's right.
Cool. So for the fights, I like Claudio Silva goes to decision at -125. I think is a great lane. I haven't heard anybody bring that up yet. I'm also on the Patty fight goes to the decision. So it sounds like everybody's getting on there a little bit. And then I like, I don't know if anybody said her yet, but Leonardo. She was plus 100 earlier in the week. She was like plus 160, but the line's been absolutely jumping the complete opposite way. So I like that. And Clint from Die Hard MMA. Yeah. Round 3. Definitely a good bet as well. Plus 1,600 on DraftKings still.
All right. So I just want to make sure I got that. You said Dalby versus Silva goes to decision. Is that right?
Claudia Silva fight. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, what did I say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that was -130 or
-125 on DraftKings from what I last saw.
-125. That's actually a pretty good price, honestly. And then you said the Patty over. You guys are gonna make me play that. I hate you. And then Leonardo. Yeah, I like Leonardo. I don't think I'll bet her. I like the over in that fight though. That's spoiler alert. That's gonna be in the Juice Boy parlay for me this week. Is the over 2.5 in the Leonardo fight, but I do like the Leonardo side as well. We got 3 guests left, so sorry to keep it short. I like that you changed your name to Joshua the Patty Hater Frick, so I appreciate that. But best of luck, Josh, and we'll see you next time, man.
Thanks, John.
Later, bro. All right, moving right along. We got my guy Sparring with Reality. I don't know what happened there because I swear I sent you the link, and then I saw you in the chat like, hey, dude, send me the link. And I looked at in our message. I'm like, I don't know. It must have disappeared. So I don't know what happened there. That's on me. But what's up,
No
man?
worries, bro.
Yeah, so you gave out a winner first time on stream last week. So 1-0 on stream, trying to keep the momentum moving forward. What you got for us tomorrow, man?
Yeah, so I haven't heard this one given out. Probably I wouldn't want to say unpopular opinion, but obviously volatile fight. I like Volkan Ozdemir a lot this week, right around -150. Obviously not going to give the full breakdown, but I think one thing that's not being talked about is that of Paul Craig's 8 wins in the UFC, 6 of them have came as a product of guys engaging with him on the ground. Volkan's a kickboxer. He's not a grappler. The guy stuffs takedowns at 80%. He stuffed 8 of 9 shots from Rakic, who's one of the best wrestlers in the division. He stuffed 3 of 4 from Ankalaev, who I would say is one of the best wrestlers in the division. So the guy's not going to come out here and tip over from TDAs. Paul Craig's not a great wrestler by any means. So I just think you have to look at his historic success. I can't take anything away from the guy. Guys have fought absolutely horrible game plans against him. He's been able to capitalize on it. The guy was on the verge of getting cut 3 years ago, and now he's in the top 10 of the division because people are fighting him like idiots. I don't think Volkan's going to fight him like an idiot. He knows his strengths. He knows his skill sets. This fight is one-way traffic on the feet. Because of the recent success of Craig, people forget about the Alonzo Menafield fight. People forget about the Khalil Roundtree fight. People forget about the Tyson Pedro fight. This guy's a liability at space, and Volkan's went out there and competed, at a bare minimum with top 15 guys. Had, Prochaska hurt, the current champion, took the first round off of him unanimously. So I think the honeymoon period here is over for Mr. Paul Craig. He's in the top 10 now fighting with the big boys. If Volkan has any sense of fight IQ, I think he comes out here and blasts them. And last point, if this fight was booked roughly like 3 or so years ago, Volkan's like -500 or so in this fight, right, wrong, or indifferent. Nothing's really changed between either party at all. They're both the same fighters. They both possess the same skill sets. It's just Volkan's been on a bit of a skid against elite level competition. Craig's fought a bunch of dummies. He's on a streak, and now we're seeing one of the best fighters that Paul Craig's fought to date at only a minus 150 price tag. I think it's just massive market overcorrection, mass lack of context. I got a decent sized bet on Mr. Vulcan this week.
Yeah, and I will say, shout out to you. You are definitely one of the better people I know at taking advantage of recency bias in terms of betting lines. And I think that could be what's happening here. You could even get as good as minus 142 on 5 times. Like, that's pretty short line for against a guy like Craig, who, yes, his finishing ability is good, but he basically has to sub you, right? Like, and the only thing I'll say is, like, you mentioned the takedown defense of Ozdemir. Like, this dude is not easy to take down. You mentioned the Rakic fight. I'm pretty sure the only person that's taken him down multiple times was Daniel Cormier. Like, the dude,
he put up some resistance in that fight too. It's not like he just tipped over.
Cormier, Olympic level wrestler, only got him down twice. Like, the dude is good. Like, I like Ozdemir. I understand that if Craig gets any sort of grappling exchange, he could probably submit him. So, I mean, you're obviously playing with fire there, but I think that's kind of why the line is where it is. And I think outside of that happening, Ozdemir looks like a pretty big favorite here. I think he knocks him out personally. So I'm riding with you on the Ozdemir side. The last thing I'll say before I get you out of here is, did the weigh-ins concern you? Because my guy, Paul Craig, the Bear Jew, was looking jacked at the weigh-ins.
Bro, he comes out getting fired up every single fight. Like I said, I can't take anything away from the guy. Like I said, honeymoon period's over. He's getting fucking slept here in one.
You heard it here first. Love to see it. Thanks for joining, Luke. Best of luck, and we'll see you next time, man.
Thanks, buddy. Peace.
Later. All right. And last but not least, he's been lurking in the shadows the last couple weeks. He's been a busy man, but we got him back. I told him, I said, I don't know what your plans are, but cancel them because the Roundtable needs you. We've come close on a couple parlays without you. Haven't got one. Missed on the last leg last week because I think I jinxed us and put out a tweet going into the Ortega fight. And then obviously we have the freak injury. But what's up, Lags? Good to see you, man.
What's up? Good to see you. Good to be back. Good to be back doing podcasts and whatnot. What I will say, not to toot my own horn a little bit, but I think my record's not too bad either. I think I'm 6-1, 6-2 on the show.
Yes, you are correct. I believe you have one loss, so not as many appearances as those other guys. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you're 6-1. I got to total it up. I was running behind tonight, so I didn't get to. But it's either 6-1 or 6-2, like you said. Either way, you've been hot. Hoping that you continue to bring that smoke for us tonight. What you got, man?
So it's a fight you've been actually talking about pretty much the entire roundtable, but I'm actually going a different angle. So it's the Aspinall Blades fight, but so I played the fight doesn't start round 4. I got that at minus 144 on FanDuel. It looks like now it's up to minus 174. I like that because to me, Aspinall, like Pepe mentioned earlier, his success really hasn't come out of the first 7.5 minutes. Like, we have a huge question marks on his defensive grappling and his cardio, and Blades is the perfect guy to test that. So to me, violence is no brainer in the spot. Aspinall, obviously early win condition, and then Blades, he can easily find takedowns here, ground and pound him out. I think this violence bet is a good way to approach it.
Yeah, you said you got minus 140.
44.
Good God, man, that's a great bet. Honestly,
it actually opened better on FanDuel. It opened at plus 100.
What? Man, yeah. I got to start looking at these sooner, man. I mean, I'm always like behind and breaking down all these fights, but oh my God. Yeah, I mean, we've kind of beat the dead horse with the Aspinall Blades thing. Obviously, playing an under, you're capturing almost all of Aspinall's win condition. Like, I think all of his win condition personally. Right. I know there's been kind of some back and forth in that all week, but I'm also not sleeping on the finishing ability of Curtis Blades, especially considering that Aspinall tends to fade as the fight goes on, never been to round 3. And honestly, I thought he slowed in round 2, the times he did reach round 2, specifically in that Arlovsky fight, even though he got the finish. So I like that. Fight doesn't start round 4, minus 174 currently on FanDuel. But yeah, I mean, you're our last guest, so it's up to you if you want to stick around.
I will stick around.
Awesome.
So actually, I will echo. I am also on the same play as Lou. The Nelson fight doesn't start round 3. I got that at minus 138 on FanDuel. And then another long shot that I like as well. Diakese by sub is still sitting at 12-1 on FanDuel. Actually, no, I believe it's 13-1. DraftKings, I think, has 12-1.
Okay, so we actually have a lot to work with here. So
yes,
Andrew. Just quick recap: Andrew's on Amirkhani money line. Zade's on Hermanson money line.
Oh, I would say for everything. If you need,
Okay,
you're good.
yeah,
You're good.
I'm just
You're good to recap.
recapping for the
Oh,
chat
you're good.
quick.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
And then
You're good.
so Lou's on Herbert Nelson, fight doesn't start round 3. Pepe's on Blades money line, long shot on Amirkhani sub 1. So another Amirkhani. Narco's on Mason Jones inside the distance, long shot Jones sub round 3. Evans on Pimblett Levitt goes to decision plus 210. Chad, sorry, Rummy just distracted me with this comment in the chat. Chad is also on Blades money line. That's another one. Couch Warriors on Patty Pimblett, Jordan Levitt over 1.5 minus 130. Josh is on Dalby Silva goes to the distance, and the Patty fight goes the distance, and Leonardo money line. Luke is on Ozdemir money line, and you are obviously on the main event fight doesn't start round 4, and the Nelson Herbert fight doesn't start round 3. So that's what we're working with. For those that don't know in the chat, basically whatever was mentioned multiple times, that's a confidence increase. Even if I'm not personally super into it, the thesis of the show is I'm riding with my guys here. So, okay, sorry, catching up on the comments here. Okay, so if there's anything else that you guys want to throw out or any support that you guys think should be an anchor in the parlay, go ahead and put in the comments right now. But what are we thinking here, Lags? I think
So
no matter what.
So I think no matter what, I would say like 2 anchors would be the Patty fight. Either if you want to go, I was looking at, so the goes the distance is plus 210, and then you could also go if you want to go a little bit of a safer route. They don't have an over 1.5 on FanDuel, but they have a start round 3 at plus 106. That's up to you.
Fight starts round 3.
But see, that's the thing. Fight starts
I
round
feel
3
like
at
that's
plus
going to be
106.
such a sick sweat. Like I really do. Like I mean, we basically have to use a form of an over because it was mentioned multiple times. Even though I think it's very dicey, but I also said that about.
I think it's a sweat too, 100%.
And I said that about Jacoby last week, and I said that about somebody else, and they just crushed. It wasn't even a sweat. So, the blah blah blah. Pepe grinded Dana White Contender Series. This is not the time. Patty doesn't go the distance. Mason Jones, ITD. Yeah, Mason Jones. A lot of love for Mason Jones too.
Yeah.
Heard on the street somewhere. Blah blah blah. Okay. All right. So yeah.
I guess it depends on how you want to target the Patty fight.
Yeah, some form of an over there.
Right.
What's the 2.5? I mean,
I think it was plus 150. Let me look at that again.
Because we might just use that because like me and Evan were talking about, most of the finishing upside I think is round 1. Like I feel like both guys could probably slow down. Like it's possible they finish in round 2, but
I mean, if you want to get again, if you want to play a little juicy way too, I guess the fight starts round 2 is minus 210.
Fight starts round 2 minus 210.
Depending on because if we have Blades in there at plus money, since a decent amount of people mentioned that, that'll bring it up a good bit.
Yeah, true.
So just the 3. So I have these 3 so far. So Curtis Blades money line, the Patty fight to start round 2, and then the Nelson fight to not start round 3, and then those 3 so far is plus 418. If you want to have a 4th leg on there.
Yeah. So if we did that, we would need a 4th.
Right.
Hang on. Let me do it on my end here. So Herbert Nelson fight doesn't start round 3 minus 160. I like that one a lot. I do. I think Herbert knocks him out, but either guy could obviously knock each other out, but I think Herbert probably does. We need something with Patty over.
I mean, it depends on how you really want to do it. Because if you just want to have a 6 sweat, you could just take the fight goes the distance, and you could probably
for like
straight up. You could just do it. You could do a straight up 3 leg with those 3. So those 3s plus 988 if you take it.
What about over 2? I mean, I guess if we're going over 2.5,
over
we
2.5,
just go goes the distance.
Right.
Like that would have to be a pretty bad beat.
Right, because that's what I was just looking at too. Like the starts round 3 for that fight is plus 106, but then you have the goes the distance is plus 210, so it's not even worth it.
And like if we see a round 3 finish, at that point.
Right.
But I mean, both guys do fade, so it's like it's not out of the realm of possibility. Fight to start round 2.
I mean,
You know
based
what?
off of like everything else, like in terms of like options to pick, if we have Blades, then the fight doesn't start round 3 from Nelson, and then we're still like in the debating on the Patty fight. So we have still what, Vulcan money line, the Dalby fight goes the distance, Jones inside the distance,
Jones
and
inside the
then
distance.
Amir Khani.
And don't forget, Blade's money line was mentioned
No,
multiple
I have
times
that.
too.
Do I have that
Oh,
or no? Yeah,
Oh.
I have Blades money. Yeah, Blades money line's on there. Yeah.
okay. I thought you had the fight the under or something. Okay, let's figure this out. Will the fight go the distance? Yes. All right, so just adding, and then if we have Blades money line, I mean that might be it. I mean, I think we're gonna
pretty
lose
good.
on the Patty fight, but if we come through on the Patty fight, that's gonna be a fat payday.
Oh, that's not even bad. So I'm looking at it. So not that I don't like Blades, because again, like I'm subscribed with the Blades money line as well. I like that side as well. But throwing in that violence instead is a plus 693 for the 3-leg.
Ooh, that's more
So
safe.
the Aspinall fight, Aspinall Blades not start round 4 minus 174. The Patty fight to go the distance plus 210, and then the Herbert Nelson doesn't start round 3 is minus 160. And then
it's
that pays plus
693, right?
693. Yep.
And that's our sweet spot too. Is like that 600, 700. Like if we throw out a plus 900, I feel like we're getting a little bit too cocky. We need to humble ourselves. Yeah, I mean, I think that is probably what we're gonna do. Like I said, I mean, I personally think Patty kills Jordan Levitt in round 1. But if this somehow goes the distance,
Well, it's also tough not to throw it in there with four people mentioning it.
yeah, I mean, literally,
You kind of have
Evan
to,
mentioned it. Josh mentioned it. That was 2. I thought there was a 3rd. Pepe or somebody else said that they were on it too, or something like that. But yeah, all right. I think that'll do it.
I like it. I like
so
that
it looks like
3-leg.
we're fading a Patty finish early. But other than that, I mean, I think the 2 violence bets are very safe. So even if you wanted to, like, I mean, obviously the idea is you guys tail this, we ride or die together. But even if you wanted to alter it a little bit, like I would not hate using those 2 violence bets with like something more safe, like the Leonardo over or something like that.
So if you wanted to do something, again, if we're talking about like just a little bit safer. So taking, instead of the Patty fight to go the distance, you take the Patty fight to start round 2, and then you add Vulcan money line onto that. It's plus 502, which is an oracle too.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I just think you're paying a lot of juice on that fight, where most of the finishing equity is in that first round. So.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Well, I appreciate you sticking
around.
It's a
tough week, man.
It is.
At least in terms of like the juice plays in general versus like money lines and like doesn't go the distances. Like I don't love a ton. There's not a ton to love, to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't bet anything yet, but I'm going to tonight, and basically I'm definitely gonna. I have a parlay that, I mean, most people, it's definitely square. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, shit's hitting. I'll say that.
That's what I posted one earlier today. I'm kind of in the same realm. So I have Jacasey money line, and then the Aspinall fight doesn't go the distance. So they had that doesn't go the distance on FanDuel earlier, minus 260 today, and then Jacasey money line minus 370. And then
what's that, like
minus 133? Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty good. Mine, which I'll tweet out later at some point, is going to be Molly McCann. Of course. I mean, I got to go with my girl Meatball. Molly, Patty, and the over 2.5 in the Leonardo fight. I feel like that's super safe. I think it's like plus 133. And I mean, I don't see how it loses. But yeah, appreciate you, man. Thanks for sticking around.
No problem.
I believe the last 2 times you stuck around, we hit winners. So unless there was one loser after that, I can't remember.
I don't know. Who knows?
But either way,
hopefully it brings luck this week.
Yeah. Either way, it's going to bring us luck. Thanks for sticking around. Best of luck to you guys, and we'll see you guys next time.